Hello everybody and welcome to part 4 of my live stream of my implementing the course groups, context group service for learning tools interoperability in Sakai. We've had 3 live streams so far, and this last one is really focused on one last feature. I think it's mostly working. So of course we're working on Sakai, which is a great learning management system, my favorite one, mostly because we change it. Most of the mainstream LMSs, they just kind of sit around and tell you, ask for a new feature, and they don't do it. The other thing the other LMSs do is they steal your data and pretend that they're going to do something artificial intelligence with it so that they can get their investors to give them money. And if you're tired of just being treated as a pawn in somebody's fundraising activity for people who already have billions of dollars, well, come see Sakai. Okay, enough of that. We are working on a JIRA, which is a JIRA to implement a new, although it's not all that new, the LTI COntext Groups service, course group service. I guess we should change this. Never mind. Course groups. Context and course are used, and the marketing people like to use course, and the technical people like to use context, and so apparently the marketing people changed the title of this. This has been around for a while, actually before COVID. I wasn't deeply involved in the development of this. I was sort of watching the development of this spec. The people on this spec are some of the most talented spec builders. Martin Leonard of Turnitin, Eric Preston of Blackboard, now back and then Turnitin, Bracken, one of the early Canvas developers, and a powerful influence on Common Cartridge and LTI Advantage. And Peter Franza, he seems to know most, and Claude is also our leader. So I'm not in this list, and it's okay for me not to be in the list. I sort of, Eric and Martin did the initial implementation, Blackboard talking to Turnitin, and they have done some really cool demonstrations. And I've just been kind of waiting in Sakai. You can see I filed this to work on it. When did I file it? It doesn't tell me when I filed it. Somewhere I filed it. Where did I file it? I don't know. I filed this a long time ago. No. JIRA, you suck. Okay, when did I originally file this? So I built this 2023, April 9th, 2023, which is over a year and a half ago. I just said I'm gonna eventually do this, and so Sakai 25 code freeze is coming up, and I'm trying to sort of zoom in at the last minute to get this in. I think it's a good spec. And one of the things we've been doing in Sakai is playing a lot with assignments, groups, and LTI all fitting together. And so this is a nice way for me that Sakai 22 had LTI assignments, Sakai 23 made them more solid, and now Sakai 25 is going to make them more functional. Now there's still work to be done. LTI and groups and workflow and LMS workflow, there's still a lot to gain, but by me building this course groups service, I lay the groundwork for future work and cooperation with LTI tools. So we have implemented a lot of this stuff in the previous ones, and go back and watch those live streams. We built the course groups list, groups for the user. We've got that working. Group sets is the only thing. This is really, we'll see. Maybe I'll need to do this. Maybe someone will explain it to me, but it looks to me like it's groups of groups. And so we'll see what are group sets. Maybe they'll explain to me. I got this part working within memberships. That's working. All this stuff is working. The limit stuff is working. Substitution parameters, I don't quite know what that's for. I don't like it. So I'm gonna leave it. The claim, we got the claim working. I got LTI code in PHP that receives the claim. The scope is working, And so here we are, we're to the end. And the only thing we have left to work on is this course group.id. And so this is what's called a variable substitution. And the idea is on a launch, the LMS, if the LMS knows that a particular LTI launch is a learner that is part of a group that's launching a group-based assignment in that group, we want to communicate that, because we're giving the tool the list of all the groups. They certainly can get a list of all the roster, and they know this student, and why not tell them through this course group ID, which is a substitution variable. And I'll kind of explain how substitution variables work. They're not necessarily one of my favorite things, but it's the way we've done it for a while in LTI Advantage. Because people don't want to add, it's a way that we don't add claims. I just wish we would add. Okay, I gotta save myself some time by not ranting so much. Quit ranting. I'm gonna rant about ranting. Okay, so let me show you kind of how this works in the UI of Sakai. Now, in between the last stream and this stream, I actually found a little bug in Sakai. Let's see if I'm still going here. There we go. Oh, I must have redeployed, so I had to. Sometimes when I redeploy, you got to kind of re-click the tool in the left nav, because there's sessions upon sessions upon sessions, and some of those have live data types in them, and we got to clean that up. So let's go over here and go as the student now. So you see, when you're in Sakai, you see that there are group assignments and non-group assignments in this little, oh, that's actually 3 people. Okay, that's what that icon means. So, if you're going to do an LTI assignment, you just go to the LTI tool and away you go. Oops, I think I'm going to have to get rid of this proceed thing. Did I break that? Save draft, cancel. I tweaked this. I'll show you what I tweaked. And so I added a thing where if you go into a non-LTI assignment, it tells you that your submission is representing the following group. And if we're in an LTI that's a group submission, before it didn't say you're representing this group. And so this code was in there. It just was kind of outside of an if statement. And I think I've got to hide this, and I will figure that out in a second. But the idea is that we're about to go to this external tool, and Sakai knows that this is Nancy Drew 1, and Sakai knows that Nancy Drew 1 is submitting for this assignment, submitting this assignment as a group. So this course group ID is the thing we've got to communicate through a whole series of layers, from the assignments tool to the Sakai LTI code, and then we got to get this value in. We got to figure out what the value is. Then we got to get the value in, and we got to put it in the substitution variables. And interestingly, the tool has got to request this substitution variable. Otherwise, it's not going to get it. And so this little bit, I hope this is the last live stream. It's about an hour or two. I hope I can get this in an hour or two, but there's so many layers in making this work and doing so securely. So this little thing about telling the tool which group Nancy Drew 1 is launching this in, that's going to be some work. So let me figure this part out first, because this is not supposed to show up on this little set of buttons replaces this, because there's no preview and draft and cancel. And so I've been playing with the template. I have this if statement, and I think it's just kind of maybe in the wrong place. So let's go ahead and edit. This is the code I was working on. Yeah. Where am I? Oh, it's no spaces in the equal 6. I'll put some spaces in. Okay. So this is this code right here. External tool, right? This code right here generates that button. And I had moved this down. If you look at the diff, you see I deleted it higher up in the template and moved it down into the template. But I think I still need kind of an else clause, because I don't want these buttons, because those buttons are what you see when you're kind of doing a non-LTI one, you know, blah, 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 proceed, save draft. And so let's figure out where that save is. For this, oh, well, this is pretty easy. If the submission type is not equal to 5 and the submission type is not equal to 7, and oops, and the submission type is not equal to 6, yeah, this is template code. So this is basically the save cancel code. So I might be pretty happy. Oh no, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. This is the proceed, preview. Where's the proceed? That's preview. Yep, that's not right. That's not right. The submit panel here. Well, I know this is going to work. If submission type is not 6, and oops. Pounce. There we go. Velocity is not the greatest thing. My text editor is not super smart about velocity, so let's recompile that part. Now I know that's going to work. Yeah. So I really think, and this is where I'm coding and compiling. Let's just test to make sure that works. So that redeployed. Let's go here. Look how well that worked. But, oh, what did I just do there? Okay, so, but what I really want to do is, I want to take this little bit. Down here at the bottom, so that's all that other code. I don't know what it does, but and then I want to turn this. Actually, I want to take this submit panel right out here. Take the so I'm put the submit panel in, or where was that? Where was that? Yep. I'm gonna take the submit panel outside of this. Whoa. No. I'm gonna put the submit panel in there. probably matters. Okay, well, let's just compile this to make sure that it works. There's some business logic in there that I want to understand better. This is where I'm not like a super expert at this at the product. My teaching, I tend to not use these complex features of Sakai, and so I have to talk to people like Wilma and get some help, like, oh, how do people use this? And so I kind of look at this from a, okay, so let's go to assignments. Let's go to non-LTI group. That looks good. Let's go to assignments. Let's go to LTI group. Go to external tool. That looks right. Okay, and then let's go here. And let's look at not group. And that's good. So I like how it turned out. I am going to make the code smarter. Okay. Okay. So what I'm doing here, and I may have to do something else here. I don't know. Does it tell you whether you can submit? Number of resubmissions, status not started. I don't know. I'm going to have to go get some UI help on this, but at least I think I'm catching this business logic right. If it's been ignored, if it's been deleted, or you're no longer allowed to submit, then I'm not going to give them the launch button. So there you go. So let's just compile this. And I believe that this student can submit. Assignments tools have like amazing business logic, and I in my teaching don't like this business logic, but man, some teachers just love all this business logic. So let's just go back, redeployed, trophy not group, go to external tool. Yep. gradebook. I may have to go back and do some submission tests, like run out of submissions and see if that hides itself, and then ask. But I'm not gonna right now, because that's not what I'm working on. What I'm working on, okay, at least I like how this looks now. Let me take a screenshot while I'm here, because I like putting screenshots. Take screenshot from window, boink. I'll save that later. Boink, save. I'll save her now. So I'm always, I save screenshots for QA and for my own sanity. And it lets me, if I'm talking in code review, I can bring these screenshots up, put them in the JIRA. Well, let's go ahead and put it in the JIRA. JIRA, where's the JIRA? And so, save. And so let's put that in the JIRA. Again, so that's LTI is working. So let's see what's going on here. I think I can drag and drop this. LTI working. So I just added that. And again, that's just, again, I'll be sitting in a code review session and like, oh, look at what I did, Wilma. See that? That's what I got. What happens? What should I put here? Blah, 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 blah. So it's really, I take this JIRA, we love these JIRAs, we love kind of making them so they're just conversations, and we work on so many things. Look how many things I got working on. That's my short list of things. This is the stuff that other people are doing. This is some backporting stuff I want to do, kind of pull requests, waiting from QA. So we really have to make these JIRAs be like self-contained. If I have some memory and I'm in deep in the concept, I'm putting it in here. I am putting it in here. Yeah, I don't have a test plan. I got to start writing that test plan. You've been seeing me test this. When I'm doing big things, I tend to leave the test plan alone until I have like all these screenshots and I have gone through the test plan myself a bunch of times. But okay, let's be quiet. Let's go back. I think we got it all working. So I think we've tested it. So now we're going to do the much harder work of communicating this value. No, it's the ID. Oh wait, we got to do one more thing. Okay. So let's go talk to some PHP. So I committed all the work that I'd been doing. Yep. So I committed it all that stuff about the code. So if I go in lessons, all the code that is in LMSTest, all this groups code, all that stuff, and all the code that like handles the claim and puts it in the database, handles claim, puts it in the database. I committed all that in Tsugi. So that's actually in master Tsugi running in all my production servers. I didn't want to get too far ahead of that because I took some time and I did some separate testing of all the Tsugi changes that I made. And so that's good because now I can make more Tsugi changes. Okay. And so the Tsugi change that I want to make right now is kind of subtle. Let's see, LTI advantage, launch. Oh yeah, I can't type. See if I can find. See if the course specification gets it right. Let's see if it talks about custom parameters. Custom properties, custom value substitution. So we're going to look at custom. Here we go. So basically, there are these custom parameters, these key value things, and if we take a look at the launch data, let's see if I got anything. Let's see custom. Yeah. Okay. So when the LMS can give you start dates and end times, and I actually ought to probably fix that too. These substitution variables are things where, in this case, this LMS is telling me right now as a tool I have a variable called available end, and I've requested that I'd like to know what the end time of this is. Now, I may fix this too on this particular thing, but it's not really part of context groups. But you know, note to self, let's just take a screenshot to make a note to self. Boom. Save that. That's a new to-do, because now we're coming from an assignment. A normal like lessons launch, well, this is a lessons launch, but an assignment launch should tell me this same information, right? And so these are key value pairs that the LMS may or may not fill in, but the tool has to tell the LMS which of these it actually wants. So part of tool registration is asking the LMS for the custom parameters that you like, meaning please give me these values if you have them available. And that's kind of what this is talking about, custom parameter substitution. Okay, so the way this starts is that the tool has to ask for the custom parameter. And so where am I at? Oh, let's get this over here. So I'm in Tsugi. So the way I do it is I have this thing called the LTI store, and when you install things, it picks the custom parameters. And so this set of custom parameters that you're seeing, Tsugi, because this is a Tsugi tool, it's asked for all these things. So hey, let's just do a grep. So what I do is, no, that can't be. Available end, available start, start time. What? How come that doesn't work? Available end. Caliper. What's going on here? How come? Where am I? Grep minus R caliper. There we go. Huh. Why? Where was I? Come back. Let's go here. Why couldn't I find? I gotta figure out why I couldn't find. Where's the customs? There we are. Why couldn't find available end? Oh yeah, so we got two things. We've got a, so let's do some edits in here. So what I do is I just ask for a lot of them. Ooh, available start. Oh, that's because apparently somebody, I don't know if it's Sakai or not, there must be some rule about case. So let's just make these be like this for the future. There must be some rule that says this has to go be lowercase, so we'll get that. So what I want to do is I've got to add a new one called, so this is where my tool is going to get registered, courseGroup.id. So I have to say so these are the substitution variables that are available. This spec says we're supposed to get a new substitution variable, and I get to decide what the key comes is. Of course, all I do is I just switch from camel case to course group. Okay. Let's just paste in case I make mistakes. So I just take that, and so now it's going to register a new tool. Okay, and I'm going to be back in for just a second. Okay. So now, okay, now I'm back. Okay, so this is a course registration. Now, if you look at this right here, in lessons, this was produced as a result of a course registration. And so I'm changing how, tool registrations. It's a content item or a deep link. And so now I'm changing how this little Tsugi that's sitting on my computer installs them. So we'll launch this one. Let's just edit this one and call it original. Save that. And now we're going to install it again. We're going to add the learning app, which means we're going to run the LTI deep link protocol, and we're going to look at test and run the test harness. Call this LMS 10.1.3 new. So now we got this one. So if we launch the original, it was registered. I mean, we'll see if, hypothetically, where is the custom? Okay, so you see the custom parameters in the original, because that's what I requested. So now I'm going to go and take a look at that. The tool registration is what requested this substitution variable. Okay? Now it's not being substituted. Okay, it's not being substituted because I've got to cause that substitution to happen. So I can either dig through to find out what this variable is and work forward from the assignments tool, right? Work forward from, it obviously knows, it's the next thing it's going to do is going to make a launch, right? It's going to make that launch. And I will eventually have to go dig into the code that knows this, like that there's a group ID underneath this. I bet it's not even here. Let's see if we got it. Label 4, look at that. It knows what the ID is, A3 blah 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 blah. So somewhere it knows that, and we'll go find that code. But then I got to pass it into the launch code. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick hack. Quick hack, assignment action, we're going to need that later. Assignment.java, we don't need that for sure. So I'm going to switch now from assignment into basic LTI, and I'm going to find in common, I'm going to find that general purpose mega star BLTI star Java. This giant static class that I just put everything in so I can use it anywhere else in Sakai. And this is basically where I'm grafting from my non-Sakai LTI support code, which is in this Tsugi util. So LTI 1.3, like this is not org Sakai, this is org Tsugi. And then I create Sakai layers on top of this. So this is a layered architecture with Tsugi as the lower layer and Sakai as the upper layer. And so let's take a look at custom variables. So let's find the custom variables. Ooh. LTI custom vars. Let's take a look at that. Is that sitting in here? Probably not. That's probably in Tsugi. That's probably in Tsugi util. LTI custom vars.java. I bet there's some useful constants in here. So custom vars. Let's go to what's called. What's this one called? Course group. Course template. Course template. Is there a course group somewhere? There is not. So, is this called course group? It is. Man, there's a lot of stuff. Course section, course. Let's go like this. Let's put it at the end of all the courses. Oh, and we got near. Oh, yeah, here we go. This is a great place to put it. We're going to call this guy course group ID. So it's going to all be uppercase. It's uppercase with a snake. Yeah, I can't even type. I put typos in like crazy so I get more commits. So I just generally take this documentation and I put it in. Just so that people can look at our Java doc and know close my door. Don't want you listening to TV. Oh, oop. Oops. Got it. I'm sure there's a VI command. I could ask ChatGPT what VI command to make this Java doc reformatting. There's probably some VI command for that. And then it fixes it. Okay. Public channel course group ID is course group ID. Okay. Then I'm also going to say from. I like grabbing these. I like it when spec documents have anchors. That's really nice. So that is telling me where I got this from. So that, like, again, most documentation is a gift to the future version of yourself. So I know exactly where I got that from. Chances are good I'm the only one that's ever going to look at this. I'm the only one. So, okay. So now I've got that. Okay, so LTI 1.3 custom vars. Parse custom. What's that? What am I doing here? Oh no, that's not what I want. Let's keep going. Adjust custom. This must be the rules of custom. Add custom to launch. Okay, so let's do this. Let's add custom to launch. Let's find where the add custom to launch is. Okay, so here's the code. And somewhere in here. Okay, set property. Here we go. LTI 1.3 substitutions. Subkey, subvalue. So these are the LTI 1.3 substitutions. I'm creating a property bag of key value pairs. And so what I'm going to do for now is I'm just going to hack this. just going to hack this to make sure I know where I'm at. So I'm going to change this to be LTI 13 custom vars dot course group ID yada 42. So I'm just going to, right before launches happen, so let's just see. I may need another place for this because I have 2 bits of code that for post-launch HTML. I'm going to grab this line. Make this real. Post-launch JWT. So I think I have 2 major there are 2 major places in the code. One is when you're making a content item. One's a launch and one's a content item, and I want to do the custom substitution in both places, both content item request. Oh, and on. Let's just take that 2.0 out. We don't like saying 2.0 ever because long story. Post content item. I want to make sure I know, so I'm going to grab these 2 lines and search for I think I do that 2 places. Yeah, let's make that be 01. Okay, so now I can check to see if when I can properly substitute this, when I get the right string in here, it will show up in a launch. That's what I'm testing right now. And so let's open a new tab, cd dot dot, because I changed get diff dot, I changed, oops, get status dot. Change 2 things, so I'm going to compile all of this, and I'm going to stop my canvas. I mean, stop my Sakai. There's a Freudian slip. So let's just watch this compile. Hey, while we're watching the compile. Write some unit. Let's write the test plan. Install the LMS test tool from Sakai. Install the LMS tool using LTI 1.3. Uh-oh, got a typo. LTI custom vars. LTI 13 custom vars. Or is it just LTI custom vars? It is LTI custom. LTI, come on. LTI 13. Okay, so now let's compile and keep writing our test plan. Install the LMS test tool using LTI 1.3. create an LTI, create an LTI assignment. God damn it. Oh, save. Add users and groups. At least 2 groups to the site. Created an LTI assignment that uses, we haven't even done this yet, LMSTest. Create the LTI assignment. Assign the assignment to be a group submitted assignment. So, that's done. So I can restart my Sakai. Assign the assignment to set the assignment to be group submitted assignment. Uh-oh, what are we doing here? I don't know if that's a problem or not. We do have our database up, yeah. Oh, so we're up. See screenshot. Okay, we're in process. We'll come back to that when we get bored. But I want to make some bold. After all this work, it's going to be a pretty short test plan. I'm sure that our QA people will make it richer and with many more every single step. Where am I at? Where am I at? Okay, so let's go back. Log in as my instructor account. Take a look at the custom. Look at that. Okay, that was easy. So we know that the custom parameters substitutions work. Now we got to figure out what that ID is. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to start digging into this assignments tool and figure out how it knows what this is. And somehow it is it is figuring out this in the template. You are representing the following group. So let's just kind of inspect this little guy. Come back. So this table contains a list of groups. First will be checkbox group. Header links can be used to start. Label for ID dash. Let's do a search for quote ID dash. ID.group.id. Okay, so this is the group table. Let's see. So what we're doing is this is a velocity template, and we're in student view submission. Student view submission context. So we are in. This is the controller part of it. So we're in the controller, and let's see what we got. Submitter, external tool. So we're building. There is so much crap. Okay, let's save ourselves some time. No, let's go back to the. It's group.id. It's groups. Groups. So it's going to be, we're going to be putting groups in the context. Okay. Collection groups. What? Build. No, that's not what we want. Student view. Question mark. Quote groups. That's not it. That's not the structure report. So we got to find that student view again. It must be there at no. Dang it. Wow, so easy to find. Okay, right here. Okay, boys and girls, I'm gonna put like a yada in here somewhere. Okay, so we gotta go get the assignment. Get assignment, get submission, range and groups, build student view. Can they view? Put resubmit information in. Range and groups, build student view assignment. What the heck is this? Range and groups. Range and groups delegate. Oh, this is gonna suck. Okay. There's probably some. Okay, I think this build submission view. Let's go back to Yada. Build student view assignment context. And then we're going to go range and groups, build student view assignment context. Student view assignment. Got just chase and chase and chase. Build student view assignment context. Okay. So it's build student validate groups. Looks like validate groups is not just validating groups. Looks like validate groups is putting some stuff in. Determines if this group member, oh, okay. Yeah, that validates groups. Okay, I don't know why. That doesn't seem to do anything. Build student view assignment context. Man. Finding any of the user groups is sufficient. Validate user groups. Get groups with user. Find any. Pew. That looks ugly. Get groups with user. Well, I could take another strategy here. I'm going to do another strategy because obviously I know what group ID this is, right? Group size is 1 for groups and groups, set size, groups and selected equals true, select equals false, selected equals true. So I don't know, man. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a variable in here. Pound set. What are we going to call this guy? Course LTI course group ID. LTI course group ID equals, I don't know. What should we set it to be? Looks like that's how a set works. Man, this is just pissing me off because it's got, it's just all spaces. Sorry, I usually don't fix indentation, but this is really pissing me off. Oh, you bastards. Is this tabs? Tab, tab, tab. This is tabs. Jesus. Sorry. Okay, so set selected equals true. I'm going to say, we'll see what happens here. We're going to say set LTI course group equals group ID. And then I'm just going to say yada dollar LTI course group ID. Gotta put the dollar in there. I'll just do it in a template. Yeah, that'll do it. We'll see. You'll see what I'm going to do now. Dollar LTI course group equals false, and then what I'm going to do is I am going to go down to this code bit, and I'm going to call this input type equals hidden. So this is a form post, and I got to communicate it to this. We'll get to this to external tool launch. So maybe I will. This will make it easy. So where am I at here? So let's recompile this. Get diff dot. And it's still. Ah, shoot. What am I doing here? That's wrong. I shouldn't have touched it. It was okay before. Set a group equals. Okay, now I got to fix this. Okay, so that's all spaces. Oh man, this is a combination of spaces and tabs. Is that why this is so? Oops. Sorry. This is right. What am I doing wrong? Tab. Oh, and that's spaces. Are you kidding me? Okay, so else is what's. The else is right. It's all tabs. Is it working, or are the tabs being re-expanded, you buggers? It's like it re-expands the damn spaces. I can't fix it. I can't fix it. You son of a... is it like colon set no ET? That's tabs. Okay, is that gonna be happy? Sorry, I'm on a get diff rampage now. What the bloody... Set selected equals true. Oh. Okay. Oops. Okay. Sorry. I should have left this alone. I should have, shouldn't I? I should have left this alone. I'm wasting so much time. Hopefully I won't introduce any stupid bugs while I'm doing this. Come on, get diff. Pay me off. Pay me off. Okay. 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 Gotta fix that. Can't have. That's not pretty at all. Okay, that looks gooder. Okay, let's compile here. Sorry, off we go on a little wild goose chase on indentation. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back and it compiled. Okay. Hi. Okay, we're back and it compiled. So what are we working on? Oh, we're working on assignments. Now we're working on the student view of assignments. We're going to refresh. Nancy drew one. And it's document annotator. And if all went well, what does this form look like? Oh, it's not even a form. Go to external tool. Ah, shit. That's not going to work. But wait a sec. Let's just look at that. Value equals false. So I don't have it yet. But we're going to have to pass this little bugger into here because that's a GET request. That's a GET request. And that input type hidden doesn't do us any good. Okay, so let's go in here. And so this LTI course group ID. Okay. So it never came out with this yada anywhere, so it didn't get through this code. Okay, so what's right here? Really, it's right here that the magic happens. We're in a for loop. Because if the group size is 1, that's the 1. I'm going to call this baby multi. Let's compile and see what we get. And if that works, then we're going to have to add that as a GET parameter. Suck here. So that's this question mark. Percent LTI course group ID equals GET parameter. Let's see if that works. just see what this looks like. Yada 1, got it, which was what we like. Okay, so now we're going to go, get rid of the yada. We can do an inspect while we're here, because of course group ID is right, but we're going to delete that line. So we don't need that input hidden because we just put it here. Let's see if that gets us any closer. I mean, the key thing is we got to get these little guys, and you know, we got to get them here, then we got to move them to here, then move them to there, and eventually we'll get to Sakai LTI util, and then we will be mostly done. Okay. We're getting close. I figured it would be one of the harder things would be to, oh, wrong person. So let's inspect this guy right here. See what we've got. Oh, wait, that's a table. Oh no, that's the button. What the hell happened? Okay, so that input type hidden's gone, but something didn't work right. And submission VM. Assignment ID equals. So is this assignment ID equals happening? Yeah, we got some dots going on here. So we've got assignment ID, panel equals main, Sakai action. That feels pretty good. Okay. Okay, so do view external tool launch. So now we're back in. We don't need this guy anymore. So we're building external tool. Do view external tool launch. Okay, where's the parameters? Current assignment reference. What's going on here? View submission assignment reference. think I can. I might put this in state, because then it's harder for the student to change that URL and change the group ID. We'll see. Okay, so let's go back and look. External tool launch. Make sure this is the Java code that's being run, which I'm pretty sure. So okay. Oh, now that's interesting. Where are we sending this? There's some action. So how come the available start time? Or have I not tested this? Content JSON, LTI settings, assignment visible date. Okay, we're going to need to make another. We're going to make another assignment. I'm going to make another assignment. That's an LTI assignment for the tool, the test tool. This a group assignment. I need this anyways. And this is going to be group. All groups. Check for goodness. Allow resubmission. Unlimited, just because I always do that. 100 points. Post. Kawaka. Okay, so now I go back to Nancy. And I go to LMSTest, and I want to go to the external tool. We're going to go in a new window here. No, apparently not. Okay, so this is interesting because I want to see if these custom variables. Oh, well, no. Let's find the custom. Where's the custom? Chuck. Find the custom. Look at that. So clearly, there is stuff happening here in this code. And so now we can say So we have a way to transport this stuff. Okay. So let's just see. So we're gonna have to import this. So we have a way of putting that stuff in there. And we have a way of moving that data securely from the assignment action to Sakai LTI util. So we're going to have to okay. Okay, so I'm gonna comment this bit out. Okay, so we're reading this stuff. Content ID history. What are we looking for? Description, content IDs history. Ah, yummy, yummy, yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. So that's where these things are already being copied in. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Hey, I'm no dummy. I figured this out. Let's figure out the goddamn spacing. Okay. Okay. So that basically says bring in substitution variables from assignments via JSON. Again, I wrote this a long time ago. And I'm a clever guy. Let's just see what I got. Okay. That'll be okay. So now I got yada 42. So that's commented out. You know what, folks? I'm just going to delete this. Boom, boom. I proved that I could hit that property. So now I'm a happy guy. Now I'm actually getting the property from assignments. Did assignments work? No, it's really mad now. Stay. Where are we at? 1954. System out. 1954G. Okay, so I'm feeling pretty good about this. Do I want to recompile all the LTI while I'm just sitting here? Well, let's make sure this will be quick. This will be quick. So this is pretty. You see this custom at work, right? So this was hard coded inside of basic LTI util. It's not gonna change yet, but let's go and run it to make sure that that works. Run it. Clickety click. Click click. Oh yeah. So at some point we're gonna find this. Just like, are we in this code? Yada. Yep, okay, so that came out. So this is the code we're in. Yeah, okay, I'm pretty sure that was right. Okay, so let's compile this. Let's stop this. Let's recompile all of LTI. Recompile all of LTI and then restart all of Sakai. Restart all of Sakai. We're getting there. There may be a part 5. We've been gone for 1:35. I don't know. Maybe we'll get it before I have to go to lunch. Time is 11:48. I mean, I still have to get that value in from the right place, and so now I'm starting to think that I'm going to actually be looking up the group information in this code here rather than all the stuff I just did here with this parameter, calculating this parameter. Because the cool thing here is that by running this through the browser, I worry that it's not going to be the right thing. And it'll be just as easy to add a little bit of Java code to this moment that is going to know what this group ID is. I just have to figure out what Java code to put in here to do that. Are we done yet? And that's done. So let's restart our Sakai. So that whole idea of moving through the submission template, I mean, again, that's how I do it. I like go find the value I'm looking for and then kind of work backwards. But in the moving the value from one point to another point to another point, I found this other place I could have just looked up the value and do so, because it's been in the back of my mind to worry about that. As soon as I make it a get parameter, my brain just goes get parameter danger, get parameter danger. Someone can right click and edit it and switch groups, and then there'll be some bug, and then so I'm not gonna take that code out yet, but I'm quite convinced. Well, let's start looking. Oh, and I was in that code before. Yeah, that's not any of that I want. So we're hoping that we're going to see this oh, actually, this was my This is my thing that said I needed to make these work, and the answer is they already work, Chuck. So I don't need to save that. So that was a note to myself. Okay, are we still coming up? Yeah, we're still coming up. Okay. Okay. Well, let's test the code we've got. Yeah, so this is good. So let's go in here. Nancy drew 1. Go to external tool, count down, find me the custom. Show me the custom. Look at that. Course group ID is yada 42 from assignments. So I need to just add some Java code here. It's going to be a pain in the butt. Okay. Mamma mia. Mamma mia. Okay, so what do we got here? So we get the assignment. We have the assignment. Oh, Lord. So we're going to have to get the submissions, I think, in here. Good news is I can compile this a million times, and it's quick. So I think I got to get the submissions for this assignment. Do I know what the user? Okay, I've got the current user, so that's good. And I'm going to have to do some logic in the submissions. I wrote some of this code in the entity provider, so let's just see, where are we at? Oops. I don't really need this anymore because that code's good. Yeah, that was so easy, right? When it was all said and done, I just had to add that line. So, okay, that's been recompiled. That's cool. Where am I doing now? This part here is pretty good, pretty done. Get status dot. Shoot, I can even just commit get diff. It's really just one line. I changed it, so I think I'm just going to push this. Do a little more testing. I'll do a little more testing, then I'll push that. But it means that I'm kind of in Java now for a while. Okay, I was there. Grep minus R context dot star double quote groups okay, so context assignment action is context dot groups greater than this. Oh, this is pretty cool. Group list dot iterator. Okay, so we got a couple of examples of reading groups. Oh, we're already in this code. We are already in assignment action. Okay, let's go with okay, context.put groups. Did all groups in sight? I don't want that. Groups with user submission. Get submissions. Groups with user submission, that's not really what I want. Assignments groups that allow groups reviewers, man. Groups in sight, that's not what I want. All groups in sight, I don't want that. Groups with user submission, that's starting to feel back to this now. That's student submission. Build student view assignment context. And then that's going to be template student view assignment. And that is, wait a sec, student view submission. Student view submission. Oh, there we are. There's the student view submission. Student view submission. So, somewhere in here, we have got to get our groups. submitter, current attachments. Get grade for submitter. Submission. What is the submission? Current submission. And groups, build, can view, additional notes to context. I mean, what we're looking for is like how it gets this information, and it's putting groups in, but it must be doing it in a function somewhere. Select a group. It's a submission. Submitter, get submission. Current assignment reference. Oh, Jesus. Oh, man. I'm kind of done with basic LTI for now. Okay. Is this range and group delegate? I think. Oh, this feels pretty good. Okay, build student view submission context. Groups. Get groups with user. Okay, that feels good. Get groups with user. Okay, that's got an assignment. Okay, let's go in here. Assignment action. Where's my yada? Okay. Okay. What is the user? Let's check the groups. What I often find is by the time this is all done, let's see what we got. These are tabs or spaces. So first, let's just see if we can compile that particular line of code to see if we got all the stuff right. We got the parameters. Parameters are a type. This is what's kind of nice about Java. So you can stick a line in there and it blows up if you're not happy. Get groups with user, string, assignment, site. Println, can't get println wrong. Get groups with user. Oh, cool. So that's in groups and delegate. What's that delegate guy? Okay. Hey, range and groups delegate. Let's see what happens. I have to ask Earl what he means by range and groups delegate. What's going on? I mean, why that's a delegate and why range is part of it, I don't know. Growl. Private access, you scumbag. Get groups. Get groups with user. Why? Why are you so mean to me? I'm sorry. I'm just gonna do a quick hack. Oops. Here we go. First, I'll make it not private and use it, and then see if it gives me what I want, and either rationalize why it's okay. So something happened. Going to get some print statements at least. Going to get some print statements. Now when we launch it, we should go through the code that we've got going right now. Okay, look at that, look at that. Oh, it went by real fast. So we have a group. What does that mean? The group that this user is in is odd, which is exactly right. Okay. Okay, so I don't get it. We're going to get the groups, get the groups with this user. This is a bad name because it's really the assignment. It's for get groups within this assignment with user, because it's awesome and it's like lambda crap. So we're going to get the site, we're going to look for non-null objects, we're going to make sure that we're going to see the user's not null, and we're going to find the list. And there's only supposed to be one group, so let's just, for the hell of it, so this is first group. Well, we're going to see what we get when we grab the first one. If groups dot size greater than or equal to 1, it worked. So the size is 1, and then we are going to print out groups.getOne. We're just like hunting our way down. Oh, there we go. Where's first? Oh, I didn't print that out. Okay, so I'm now printing it out. It's a list. Hey, let's just go crazy. Yeah, and if I was using a better IDE, it would tell me if that method exists, but we're going to find out soon enough. Okay, that tells me that the calling sequence is right. First ID is that, and so now what we're going to say is, I think we're surprisingly close to being done. Actually, no, I'm going to put that bugger right in there if it's null. I'm going to leave that. So I'm going to say, oops, string context group ID equals null. Say context will tell us if that assumption is wrong. Course group ID, we're going to change that. Okay, let's compile. Okay. 12:15. Right at 2 hours and 3 minutes, which is about when I start getting tired of coding. Splatter, what'd I do wrong? What'd I do wrong? Group cannot be converted to string. Oh, yeah. Get ID. So I'm going to admit that this was one of the scarier things that I had to do, because I had to go through like all kinds of contexts. We might as well clean up this submission view. We literally don't need it in this markup anymore, which is great, which makes me so happy. It makes me so happy that this is not, that I got this inside the server rather than, so if all goes well in our custom parameters, if I'd done everything right, where's the customs? Where's custom? Oh, it's got to be in here. We go. Course group ID is correct. Look at that. Okay, let's compile again since I changed the template, and because you can screw up those templates pretty fast. So we will double check, but that is a success, success, success. Dun dun dun. Okay, there's never compiler errors in templates. They're just runtime errors in templates, at least the way velocity works. So I'm going to have to talk why this had to be private. I don't know why it had to be private. Just don't know why. Because otherwise I'm just going to take this code and paste it in, which, like, why would anybody want that? But this is Earl code, I'm guessing. Git blame. I'm sure this is 2019. Adrian did some stuff in here. Not Earl. Earl made it better. Wow, okay. Well, I'll get some reviews on this, why it has to be that way. Okay. So the thing that's going to break if what I just did screws up is that it would have broken already, because it was this template that I was messing with. Boom. Custom. There we are. Course group ID. It is working just like money in the bank. And so I think I don't need a system.out anymore. Don't need that. Okay, so let's do, I don't really need entity provider anymore. I was just hunting for stuff. That was just my get blame. So let's do get diff and do some code review about what we just got done doing. I gotta fix that. Range and group Tsugi groups with user. What do we got? Tabs, spaces, right? It's always spaces. It's all, wait a sec. Oh, it's all messed up. Yeah, we gotta look at this placement context to get our spacing right. It's all spaces. So we're going to go in tabs with this. Oops. Okay, let's do get diff again. Okay, that indenting looks way better. Oh, there's a yada in there. I should always look for yadas. Import. Nice. Ranging use. I deprivatized that. I'll maybe get in trouble for that. We shall see. I took that out because I moved it down. I cleaned up the indentation in that unnecessarily because I put code in there and I deleted it all later. I added a little comment so that I didn't have to recalculate where that damn end is. And now we got submission type 6, which I really moved down from above, and I really didn't change it now. So I think. Uh-oh, what's that end? That is not good. Confirmation dialog. That is in this submission. So that means that whatever this is spaces. Yep. C for space tab. Doom. Let's do get diff again. Got rid of all that. Cleaned up the spaces. The end is in the right spot now. Nice. And Sakai LTI util, course group ID, and we're done. That is not that much. So oh, lordy. Okay, well that was a productive 2 hours. Thank you for, if you've watched the whole thing, thank you for listening. Still got a little bit of coffee left. Now I'm out of coffee. Just like everything, I think of all of this as like walking through gates. And I knew that there was going to be this group ID, and I knew that I could see it in code in one place, and I needed to get it all the way to another place. And luckily for me, I had these transport mechanisms already built in, and other people had given me lab routines, utility code that was really useful, and eventually I got it. And I mean, you look at the get diff, and it's surprisingly small by the time it's all said and done. But what we just got done doing, let's take a look at what we just got done doing. Not that. What we just got done doing is this one little page of informing the tool when we're launching from within the context of the group. And Sakai's assignments does know that. If you're going from lessons, you're not going to see that. I guess I can show you that really quick. Let's go ahead and show you that really quick. Got the right thing up. Microphone's working. So that means that if we go into lessons, well, I guess we should, that's the instructor. Let's go into the student. because the student is right. So in assignments, we launched it, and it says this is in the group, right? And so let's look at that. Let's look at that group, right? AE65, and then if the tool chooses to grab the groups, AE65. So it, it knows which group that person is. It can see the other groups. It can eventually get memberships for that groups for a user. It can do that, right? So, so that's cool. But now let's go to lessons, and let's launch this exact same thing and take a look. And let's look in the custom data. So that is how LTI tells you that there was no substitution. So if it's whatever you asked for is the substitution, in this case $coursegroup.id, it doesn't substitute it, and that's your signal. It says this is not a group context launch. And so I was pretty nervous about doing this. At some point in the last 3 or 4 days, I thought to myself, maybe I wouldn't get there. Maybe I couldn't make this work. Maybe I could not figure this out. Maybe I could not communicate it, and maybe I'd have to just punt and say, sorry, you can't do that. But I know that the rest of the Sakai community and my QA people would be like, Chuck, don't quit now, you can do it. So I did it, and now my stress level's gone way down because, again, the 4 days I've been working on this since Monday, I was not at all confident that I was going to nail this. So we nailed it, and with that, we will sign off from the stream. Cheers.